sports, and for the first time ever, it's taken over the holiday season. The FIFA World Cup begins November 20th on Fox and right here on Fox Sports 1.
Some real sharp money coming in on Argentina as of late. Just letting you know.
That's not a hot
Some
take.
real sharp money.
Let Messi start cooking. He's on the graphic.
You know.
We're in a wonderful time. Starting off with the wonderful Charlotte versus UAB. Dwayne McBride.
Oh,
Wow. Wow.
It would have been great if he turned it into positive yardage.
He started running backwards.
Well, you know,
He
it's
did
a
start running
confusing play.
But he did get an extra yard or two.
Great play.
Land on their feet.
UAB wins it. Moving on to the
He
weird
ran, he ran up.
Kentucky, Mississippi State. Now, some people here
Oh, no.
are saying that
love it.
Tayshaun Manning
I love it.
I think that's irresponsible.
Hey, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Unless you know that it's flopped. I don't think it's I don't think it's funny.
I'd have did the same thing. Ref, he got me.
Could be injured. Kentucky wins 5-2. Moving on to the wonderful Guardians Yankees. Josh Naylor takes Garrett Cole yard. This might be, Burssard, the best around the bases
rock the baby
celebration
on it.
Yeah, I
we've
like it.
ever seen. We're on the verge of pixelating that.
That's all right,
Call
bro.
him his child. He said, that's my little child.
More than that.
Yeah.
Guardians win, deciding game 5
out
tonight.
for those
Drew, what do you got?
Guardians.
Guardians Yankees quickly. We're moving
Pulling
on.
for the Guardians, I got the Yankees.
There we go. Moving on to Auburn Ole Miss.
Tip drill.
Who wants an interception? 4 players touch it. Eventually, Keontae Scott comes down with it. Ole Miss wins, undefeated 7-0, and finally, no, not finally, Kansas, Oklahoma. CJ Colden, and this might be interception of the year.
That's a nice one.
yeah.
That is nice.
Goodness.
That's a great.
Fantastic. Sooners win.
That's a play right
52-42. Now, finally, we're back to America's team playing the Browns. This is a score. Give the ball to Belichick. What? No.
Bill Belichick looked
Get out of here.
Bill Belichick looked at him like, who are you?
Dude,
After the game, he said,
6 rings.
quote, I was just trying. It was obviously a big game for him coming back to Cleveland, so just a nice, what? 22
Are you
years.
serious?
Here's the game ball. I think I was a little too excited. Should
Even
have
my
waited.
man with the visor
No.
like, man, what are you doing?
Patriots, now a hot 3-3. There's different levels of 3-3. We are a hot 500.
You're right.
Oh, we're back to Bucs Steelers. My upset alert hits yet again. The Steelers hold off a Bucs offense that looked fine. Here's Todd Bowles. Take a listen.
We didn't take them lightly, number one. Number two, I think guys that's living off the Super Bowl are living in the fantasy land, and you got to get your hands dirty and go to work like everybody else. And we've been working hard. We got to work harder, because nobody's going to give us anything or feel sorry. So we got to go back as coaches, as players, and the time for talking is over. You either got to put up or shut up.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Nick,
up
do
or
you
shut
still
up in this
believe in the
thing.
3-3 Bucs as NFC contenders?
All right, listen, let's not bury the lead here. Wilds called this game. Wilds, do we have the
I give you
video?
grudging
Can we
thoughts.
throw to Wilds on Friday? Because he had a great upset alert the previous week. And then, well, you guys can see it. Here's Wilds on Friday about this football game.
You know why they call me the Puxatawny Phil of football, Greg? It's because I'm covered with fur and live in a log? No. It's because I can predict the future. This week, I'm going far out on a limb. On a limb so far that no one on TV or even at a bar, no one is willing to say this. Steelers over Buccaneers.
Oh, no.
Gosh.
This is your worst
Are you
one yet.
serious?
On the verge. I'm just putting it out there. I know I'm far out on the limb.
All right, so here's the thing. That was a great job by Wilds, a terrible job by me, Brew, and Greg Jennings. However, the reason we all thought it was so ridiculous was because the Steelers have been terrible this year.
True.
The Steelers one win. The Bengals turned the ball over 5 times, had their long snapper get hurt and missed 2 kicks, and still took overtime. Since then, they lost to Mac Jones, Jacoby Brissett, Zach Wilson in his first game, and got annihilated by Josh Allen. So congrats to Wilds because he nailed it. But Tampa has massive issues right now, which is the offense has looked competent once all year, once the Chiefs went to a prevent defense.
Yep.
Other than that, the offense has done nothing. And even more concerning, in 2 games this year that they ended up losing, they had 2-point conversions to tie the game that they had to have. Got to have it plays. and neither came close.
Right.
So over the course of a game, the offense has stunk, and in the gotta-have-it moments, the offense has stunk. And then yesterday on defense, 3rd and 15, 3rd and 11,
Woo,
you
Claypool.
let Mitch Trubisky have 10-play drive to run out the clock. So the only reason anyone would believe in the Bucs, James, is because you're like, all right, the division's so bad they're going to be in the playoffs, and by the playoffs, Brady's going to stand in the pocket longer. He's going to be willing to get hit. These things will get better. But right now, they look like a below-average football team.
And you're right. And I wish I was on that show sitting right here next to Greg, because I would have agreed with you, right?
Really?
Because
Really?
This is a trend. This
Pittsburgh?
You watched them against the Saints. They had 0 points through 3 quarters. A fight break out. They get a couple go balls and they pick off a couple balls, right? You watch them against the Packers. They scored 13 points. Right? You watch them against the Falcons. They are not moving the ball on the Falcons. And then you watch them against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They cannot find their way on the offensive side of the ball. And they're not playing good defense. This team is in trouble. I want to say no. The only reason why I am saying yes is because of the division, right? Yeah. You got the Saints, you got the Panthers in that division, you got the Falcons. They're going to win the division. Falcons. They're going to have a home playoff game, and I believe they work some things out on the road to the playoffs, and they find a way to play well. I'm not saying they're winning that playoff game, but they find a way to play well. But Tom Brady is going to be in the playoffs. The Falcons are playing well, but they are not going to keep this thing going. I got the Bucs in this thing. That's the only reason why I'm taking it.
The way the question's worded, are they still contenders? Because of what you guys said, yes. And it's not just the division. Yeah. It's the entire conference. Because as great as the Eagles look, Nick brought it up earlier, last time we saw Jalen Hurts in the playoff game,
it was Tom Brady and the Bucs.
Right, and they're young, right? Yeah. They haven't really been there, so there's questions about them. If Brady gets it going and they face Philadelphia in the playoff game, a lot of people will say, I'm going with Tom Brady. Okay. Same thing with Dallas. Like, everybody has questions in this conference. So, for that reason, I won't count them out. But there are things that concern me. Brady, I start saying his last year in New England, that he could no longer carry, like, average receivers, right? He could still be Brady when he had elite receivers. Yeah. Well, Mike Evans was there. Chris Godwin was there. Yeah. And Evans obviously has been there most of the year. And he still can't get it done. Yeah. All right, so I'm seeing that. And then I think, and I don't know if we're going to go here. Look, I think Brady has been disrespecting Todd Bowles.
I think that's where we're
Is that where yeah, you want to go take it, go, roll.
The 11 days off from training camp, which eventually I got over, like, okay, Bowles. But still, it sent a message, just even subliminally, that would he have done that with Belichick? Would he have even done it with Arians? Yeah. And now to miss, this weekend he's at Robert's Craft Wedding, he missed the Saturday walkthrough. I'm not saying it's a huge deal. You'll know better than me. Yeah. But still, it sends a message. A guy that's never done this.
In that picture.
That's never done this stuff is now doing it.
At least he looked like he'd been eating avocado ice cream, though. He don't look like he had no cocktails.
Do you think it's a big deal? The Friday night wedding and missing the Saturday night?
Absolutely not, man. Robert Kraft is one of your best friends. Number one, Robert Kraft, you a billionaire? All right, what are you doing having a wedding during football season? That's number one. Number two, Saturday walkthroughs. You're not worried about Tom Brady being at no Saturday walkthrough. You are not accomplishing nothing at a Saturday walkthrough, right? You're going over the game plan that you done put in all week. You know what I mean? You're walking through some of them plays. So that's the least of my worries.
Why do they exist?
Why do they exist? Yeah, because coaches want to eat your time up. They want to make sure you're in the building. They want to make sure you ain't getting in no trouble. No, for real. Like, as we're in walkthroughs, that's the message. That's what we're talking about. Like, we done been going through this Monday through Friday.
It's not that they would have won the game if Brady was there. It's that how Brady. One of the reasons people would believe in the Bucs or believed in the Bucs is because Brady is the ultimate leader in the NFL. Yeah. He's a galvanizing force. Yep. And Tom Brady is the greatest football player ever. Nobody can take that away from him. But here's what also is true. He has been sent, he's doing everything but hired a skywriter to do it over at Raymond James Stadium. I don't want to be here. He tried to get to Miami. Right. When that didn't happen, he quit the sport. And then when he decided to come back, he then took a week and a half off during training camp. He then was like, okay, I'm back, but I'm going to take a lot of Wednesdays off. It seems like he actually has come back for those Wednesdays. And now, a wedding that Belichick didn't go to, that none of the current Patriots went to, Tom went to, and didn't even go there subtly.
But see,
not that I don't know if you can do it anything subtly if you're Tom Brady, but you can do, like not pose for the
Send him
group
a
pictures.
nice gift.
But not only that, though. Number one, we are acting like he's been at all the other walkthroughs and they've been garbage.
No,
so it ain't like this one Saturday
what I'm saying is
walkthrough
this,
determined
though,
how he was
James.
playing. They are not playing
No,
good
but you
football.
lose
right
your
now. You
authority
see
as a
him-
leader.
He's yelling at the line, and I get it.
And you
He's
see
Tom
them
Brady.
linemen ain't paying no attention to him.
Well, that's my
That
point.
is
Are
my-
they thinking? I don't care who you are. I saw it with
100%.
Michael Jordan
Look at him.
in Washington. Right? With Jordan in Washington, the players got sick of him. Guys that grew up with his poster on their walls got sick of the best player ever. You don't think some of those dudes are sitting there thinking, man,
Some of those
you was at a
right
wedding
there,
and
as
you're
I
not.
see them linemen right there, they looking at him like, do your job. Quit coming
Okay,
over here.
right. That's what
That's
I'm
how they
talking
looking
about.
at
But
him right there.
that's my point is you lose your authority in some ways if it's not about did that hurt Brady's performance. It's about so much of Brady's greatness at this stage of his career in particular is supposed to be his presence elevates others because of the inspiration, because of the leadership. And when you have made it so clear that you are not all in on that football team, I think it has a negative effect. And I also think that if we're going to talk about bulletin board material and teams getting up for a game and those things mattering, which maybe they do, maybe they don't. You don't think there's other guys that lose a little bit of focus the day before they're playing the terrible Steelers? They're like, Tom's not even here. Like, we got a walk in the park today, boys.
I'll go the other way too.
That's how it looked.
When I picked up the upset
Did you
alert,
know?
but when I saw that, I was like, if I'm Mike Tomlin, I am printing out those pictures. Like, by the way, where were you Friday night?
Yep.
Tom Brady looking beautiful at the wedding. To his credit, though, the wedding was fire. he got Randy Moss
To
out
my
there.
credit,
Will Ferrell. I loved it.
I went long in this segment, so we had less time for what we're about to do here. Well, that's 5D chess.
Redo
I'm playing
it.
on
Add
the
5
producers.
minutes.
I was like, give me
Redo
2
it.
more minutes. We
finally
need a
got
little
their
more on
checks,
Brady.
huh? They
We
finally
need a little
got their
more.